tell you this, beware, be careful what we say, where these people are.
But
they know themselves.
That likely to become another kitchen cabinet that is going to then constitute themselves into another layer of authority that will then cause more problems.
So
there's enough division as it is.
Now we are in a state of war. We are in a state of war. The earlier we understand that, the better. So all that the president would do to win this war is what he should put on the table. Because everybody is talking about Jonathan now. But whereas those who are actually spoiling the job for him, they are within the same place there. Some have been named. Some have been named for God's sake. What had happened to them? I even understand that some of those who escaped from the Sambisa forest and this on their way to where the Boko Haramis were taking them to, some of them recall the voices of senators. It's all on the internet. Recall the voices of a particular senator who always pay Boko Haram visit in the bush to discuss. These are people that people know, they are not masquerade. So until we are able to nip this in the bud, you see, these people will always take steps ahead of us. And that's the major problem I see us having now. Now, when you talk about foreigners coming to help us, I said it here the other time. If you say America should come and help us, of course they will never put their foot on their boot on the ground for Nigeria. They will not do that. They will provide reconnaissance. They provide the best they can do is to provide drones. Okay, even at that, if you are leading, they still depend on Nigerian people to lead them. Yeah. But my fear is that how do you expect those who have failed all this while to show the way to some people who will come and succeed where they have failed? I don't know whether you get that gist. So these are issues we have to tackle. So it still means that it is we Nigerians that will solve this problem by ourselves, by being honest to ourselves, by the government looking inward. I've told you, I've said it several times, look inward. Because Yoruba people say, Kokorotin Jeffo, and follower. The insect that is devouring the vegetable is within that vegetable until we get those insects.
Okay. Let's go to fuel subsidy.
You don't want me to talk about security.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry. Take your turn on security then.
Okay.
Yes. You know, why the whites are a bit better than us is that when they have a problem, what they do, sir, is that they do what they call in-depth analysis, study. What is the cause of this problem? Is there any way we can stop it at source? Or even if the problem has escaped, sort of, so to speak, has become a national problem, how do we now solve it? And then they deploy all as both human and natural resources to solve that problem. And what is the cause of Boko Haram insurgency? Have we been able to find out the answer? I mean, what is the problem? We know we have religious Boko Haram, we have economic Boko Haram, we have political. Yes, some politicians, he has really pointed at financing this. Some on religious ground, they want probably an Islam state, and they don't want a situation where the infidels will be in the same state. There are issues. Now, when you now discover what is the root cause, then how do you now deploy your resources? Could it be by military? Could it be by economic policies? And all that. And if the military, whatever you are providing, does it get to the guys on the ground to ensure that whatever Abuja is saying, there is a connection. You can stay in Abuja and not share all the policies, but when the guys on ground are not feeling you are listening, your economic policies or whatever policies you are negotiating there, it'll be a failure. They'll be the one giving information to Boko Haram people when they will strike and when they will not strike. So there's an issue, sir. 1 hour will not be enough to analyze the Boko Haram insurgency. It's a complex matter, sir. Now there is even foreign involvement in the entire scenario, because there are countries that do not like you to be united, and they will do everything to destabilize you, because a united Nigeria is a threat to so many countries in Africa and the world. So there are also external funders. That is even beyond the politicians that were initially funding it. It's even beyond them. Now they cannot handle it. They try as much as possible. It's okay, but it's now beyond them. So it's an issue. 1 hour will not be enough to analyze the issue of insurgency in this and how to tackle it. But I think what the government can do, sir, the military in Nigeria is capable of handling Boko Haram insurgency if there is genuineness of mind, if there is connect between the people in Abuja and the people on ground, sir.
under 30 minutes, they will, sir.
Are you doubting the genuineness of it?
There is no, it's complex. There is no connection, sir. Those guys on ground, if you get to know what is going on, let them tell you what is going on, sir. Maybe they don't say it, some of us don't fear. There is no connect. The military are not happy. The guys on ground are not happy. If the government in Abuja don't want to hear, let them hear from some of us who interact with those people, who hear information. They're not happy. The money does not get to them, sir. There are issues. And we need to be sincere. 30 days, they will dislodge these people, sir. Even the Zambeza forest they're talking about, can't they, cut down all the trees there, sir? Bring out money and cut out the, and then all those guys will disappear. So, but there are issues. They're playing politics with all these issues. Those who protested the other time
yes.
are being caught by
yes.
Why
are you following me, sir? So there are issues, sir. Nigeria is a complex country. So 1 hour will not be enough to talk about insecurity. But I will tell you, there is genuineness of mind. The Boko Haram people are not too many. We expected this to happen. You have people you don't send to school, the Almajiris, every Friday they come cap in hand and all that. And people were giving them food. And they were not allowing them to go to school for proper education. How can you exist in 21st century? You don't have science and knowledge. You don't have science knowledge. And you want to work in which economy? You are only taking one particular education, called Arab education, and you want to fit in 21st century? So those guys are the veritable instrument they're employing because they are not happy with the state. They have not gained anything in the state. And so they are ready to die when you give them $10,000. So there are issues. 1 hour will not be enough to analyze this issue. But I tell you, if the government is serious, with the military might we have, we will uproot Boko Haram. Okay. So that being the case, because I'm not sure whether we want to spend another hour just looking at those issues, because we don't have an hour to spend. But if we move on to the realm of other issues to do with, what was it Alera was saying? The fuel subsidy issue, that one too came up. What's your thought on it?
So my issue, I've been here on channel several times on the issue of fuel subsidy. So it's only in Nigeria that you are a yam producing nation and you go and buy yam to make pounded yam in your house. It doesn't make sense. You produce yam, but anytime you want to pound yam, you go outside and buy yam. It doesn't make sense. Why is that you're oil producing nation and you don't have a functional refinery? You import, and up to now you are still importing and say you are subsidizing. And we said there's no oil subsidy, that what you are subsidizing is corruption.
Bala is about to burst into
yes, I know you will, because this is his area. We are saying, why can't you,
refine your own oil?
Does it make sense, sir?
And it will be cheaper for everybody. There will be no need for subsidy.
So why do we say these things? It looks so elementary, sir.
Very, very elementary.
He's an oil engineer, so he will tell you. Why would you? So the moment you keep on refining your oil, buying imported oil, he will talk about subsidy, and you are subsidizing corruption. That's all, sir. Let me not say much. We said about it so much, in the past.
Okay. Maybe we'll let Bala. But have at the back of your mind, Bala,
yes, sir.
Have at the back of your mind that the position of some people in government will be that this is a problem that they inherited and they're trying to solve.
But before you went into government, what were you going into government to do?
Solution provision.
You see, this subsidy, they've said it all. Sometimes we keep wondering, it seems it's only the lead, not really even the leaders, the political leaders that don't really know what our problems are. When you talk about this subsidy, like I keep saying, do you know today, the general thinking of Nigerians is that if the government of Nigeria says, we have removed subsidy and a liter of petrol is 200 naira, then it will remain 200 naira into eternity. But what they don't know is this: because we don't have refineries, because we have not domesticated our refining activities, in a month's time or in 2 months' time, once you have issues with our foreign exchange and the naira falls, if you go to the filling station, it will be 220.
That's right.
And that is when people would want to burn this country. And when they meet the filling station owner, you say, it's not my fault. The naira has depreciated, and I imported this thing. Do you know, the Nigerians have been somehow caged and made to think if they accept that let a liter be 200, that's what it will remain. So all this issue of deregulation, you are tricking Nigerians that will one day become so angered, It still doesn't make sense for a country like Nigeria trying to sign an MOU with another country who's, after refining their product, the market there will not be up to just the market that you will get within Lagos State. It does not make sense. When you refine, first of all, you will get the light distillates. Everybody will enjoy it. You will get the middle distillates.
Right.
You will then get the